Welcome. Venus retrograde is happening in 2015 from July 25th through September 8th. There are a few weeks before that and a few weeks after that where Venus is going to be in shadow period. So we may see some similarities, some things starting, rising, finishing up in that shadow period as well. Therefore, this reading may extend on to its shadow period. I wanted to do this little introduction to say a little bit about what Venus retrograde is. First of all, Venus is the planet that governs over beauty, values, love. And so when it is going retrograde, it is going through a revisal phase. It's moving backwards, it's reevaluating things, changing things around, tweaking things from the past and our current situation to make it better for the next cycle when Venus goes direct. So I will be talking in this reading about those areas specifically: money, self-value, self-worth, values, and love, as well as beauty. I want to recommend for anyone who has their birth chart and knows their moon and Venus sign that you choose the video of your moon sign and the one of your Venus sign to listen to. But if you don't have that information, or you just don't want to and you'd rather listen to your sun sign, go for it, go ahead. Depending on how deep you want to go, how much information you want from the readings, you could listen to the moon sign video, the one for your rising sign, as well as Venus and the sun. It just depends on how much you want, how much time you want to spend, and how much you want to hear, because I think there are going to be bits of information for you in all of those. Alright, so thanks for listening to the introduction. Here we go. Hello, Pisceans. So, I'm going to do a general overlook really quick first, and then I'm going to get more specific, and I'm going to draw 2 cards for money, 2 cards for love, 2 cards for values, 2 cards for self-value, and 2 cards for beauty. And then afterwards, I'm going to draw an additional 2 cards from a different deck, and I'll talk about that a little more right before I do that. Alright, here we go. Okay. So the cards that have come up for you are Patience, 7 of Rainbows, Moment to Moment, 2 of Rainbows, and Major Arcana card, the Master. Alright. So what I'm seeing here with this is that for some of you, it's recommended during this time to seek guidance from someone with more wisdom or experience in what you're going through and what you're trying to sort out. For some of you, this is going to be about connecting with your inner knowing. There's a message to have patience with yourself and with everything that's going on outside right now. And there's a message of being in the present moment, not getting distracted by doubts and gossip and things that are completely irrelevant to what you're doing, but to just keep putting one foot in front of the other, just keep throwing these rocks out in front of you so you'll have them to step on, and just keep being mindful of where you are right now and moving forward one step at a time. So for some of you, I think lessons are lessons, opportunities, challenges, and experiences are going to be coming up during this Venus retrograde, with the intent of having you work through some stuff related to getting distracted, related to keeping focus, and related to you taking the immediate actions that you need to take to keep moving on your own path and not be led astray. As well as finding where you can turn to for reliable guidance. Ultimately, this is within, but also where on the outside. So where within yourself, because your fears and your doubts, there's a lot of mental clutter and energies that we can pick up that are not reliable places to turn to. But there is a core essence within us, our connection to source, the source within, that is a reliable place to go to. So where within you can go to, and where on the outside, who is a good influence, who can help you and is willing to help you, who wants to take that role of being a mentor in some aspect. We're all teachers and we're all students in this life. So who are the teachers for you, who want you as students? And having patience, learning to cultivate greater patience, and learning to surrender to divine timing. That what ego wants is often to have things done in ego's own timing, but to surrender to the fact that it's release that need for control, and learning to relax into divine timing, into nature and universal timing, things occurring according to that, as well as having more patience for yourself and with your spiritual development and all areas potentially. It's going to depend from person to person. It's going to vary some. Okay, so I'm going to get into the specifics right after I grab a pillow for my back. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. I intended to do it before I started and I forgot. Alright, here we are. So, we have money. Money. This came up for a couple other people, that first card. We have love. Love. Values. Values. Self-value. Self-value. Beauty. Beauty. Alright. I gotta say Pisces, I'm not too surprised. I'm just teasing. Alright. We've got some rather thick, heavy energy on the table, but not all of it. And being, Pisceans, it's a very broad water sign, it's the whole ocean, so it encompasses everything. So that's why I said I'm not surprised. What we have here in money is politics and conditioning. Alright. The politics card is about being two-faced. It's about hiding yourself or hiding your true intent. It can be about lying, being deceptive, being manipulative. So I think what's going to be coming up for you in the area of money during this Venus retrograde is experiences, challenges, lessons, so forth, related to a couple things. Looking at yourself clearly and seeing how doing this kind of stuff is out of alignment with your heart and your soul. If you are somebody who's doing this at all to acquire money, if you're being underhanded or sneaky, if you're lying, manipulating, stealing, It can also bring about where other people are doing this and it's affecting you. Okay. I think it's going to bring up some of this stuff. You might be exposed. You might not be, but I think it's bringing this stuff up to say, like, hey, what else can you do? This isn't in alignment with what feels good in your core. And there are other ways to acquire money, acquire what you need. You don't have to be wearing all these masks and living out of alignment, living a lie. Greed is another thing that might come up for you, to reassess your level of greed, the level of greed in your life, where others are being greedy, where you're being greedy, and to balance these things out, level these things out. I think it's really going to be about sorting out some of these dense energies. This card here, Major Arcana card, so this is a card that's not about like one little specific thing that happened. This is about big changes. This is about like patterns of actions, belief systems, paradigms that have been in place for a long time, shifting and changing. Right. And this card, the story of this card is that a lion fell asleep, and actually I don't know how the lion gets here, but the story of this card is that a sheep took a dead sheep's skin and tied it to this lion while he was asleep. And this lion goes about living this life where he's believing that he is one of these sheep. And he doesn't feel right. He is, something's missing, but he doesn't know what. And then one day another lion comes and he sees this, and he tells the lion that he's a lion, he's not a sheep, and the lion doesn't believe him. And so he says, all right, you need to come with me and look for yourself. And he takes him to the river and he shows the lion his reflection. And so the lion realizes what happened, that he is in fact a lion who's just been wearing sheep's clothing. So it's very much about like pretending to be something that you're not, about inauthentic dealings and inauthenticity. And so I think stuff's going to be coming up for you to give you the opportunity to get in touch with who you are, and it might be difficult. I'm really sensing for some people this is going to be really difficult and hard, but it's going to cause suffering and pain. But it's ultimately happening for the greater good, for your benefit, so that you can ultimately in the future, have more happiness and be more in alignment. But yeah, I think what's going to be coming up is also there's a message asking you to look into the past and evaluate what you've been taught, that you are, who you are, what you do in relation to how much money you make, in relation to what kind of jobs you do, what's possible for you and what is not possible for you, what is right, what is wrong in relation to money as well. Look at what you've been taught and what your paradigms are, and reevaluate them. Say, is this really mine? Do I really feel this way? Is this really the truth, or is this something I've been programmed to believe? If you haven't questioned something with an open mind, completely open to the fact that it could be false, truly questioned it, had an open mind, and then come to the heartfelt conclusion, and that it feels like truth, it's not yours, it's not your belief. It's someone else's belief that you have adopted. So I think, stuff's coming up to try and shake this up and bring about something better, get you to shake off the sheep's clothing, get you to reconnect with who you truly are, to learn who you really are, and how that manifests in the world, where your place in the world is in relation to, like, what work do you want to be doing, what feels right to you, do you want your own career, do you want to work a job, and learn that anything is possible. Shake off things that people have told you in the past that you believed. Well, our family's always been, middle class or whatever. You're never gonna be really wealthy. Stuff like that. Questioning that, shaking that stuff off, realizing it's not yours, opening your mind to possibilities, getting a clear conscience. Okay, cleaning it up, cleaning up the money area, and connecting with who you really are. All right, love. We have the ordinariness card, which is really beautiful, and past lives card, which wasn't surprised to see this come up. I wouldn't have been surprised to see this come up in mine either, being a water sign. But that's not my moon sign, and this isn't about me. Past lives is a major arcana card. So same thing as before. This isn't small stuff. This is stuff that's been building for a while. I think, what's gonna be most enjoyable for you and beneficial for you in the area of relationships and love is simplifying, being in the moment, appreciating nature, and finding ways to just be mindful and find happiness in the everyday tasks, in simple things, in washing potatoes, enjoying the cool water on your hands when you're washing potatoes, just being submerged in the moment, fully experiencing things, and being able to find pleasure in ordinariness. Okay, so this might come naturally for some of you. This might be something that some of you choose to try to do as a healing remedy. The past lives card is here. Definitely not going to ignore that. For some of you, this is going to mean that people from the past lovers, ex-spouses, etc., are going to pop up into the physical world, into your everyday world. You're going to be going about your business, doing your ordinary stuff, and they're going to be there. Surprise. But not for everyone. For some people, this is more apt to be, they will be coming back, but they'll be coming back like into your mind. You won't have been thinking about them or anything, and then you'll just be, going for a walk one day, doing something simple, something ordinary, and you're gonna have like stuff from the past coming into your awareness because there's stuff wanting to be balanced and sorted out. I wish there was a third card kind of for this, but in your relationships, I think for a lot of people, what the message here is like, if you're already in a partnership, if you're in a partnership with somebody, in a relationship with somebody, again, experiences, lessons, challenges, mission of sorting out and letting go of the past. This can be releasing, forgiving your current partner for things they may have done in the past. This can be letting go of comparing them to your exes, all kinds of things, living in the past in order to live in the present more fully, in order to enjoy the present more fully and the simpleness of it. Where you're overcomplicating things and you're too much in your mind, and I want this element out of the past, and I want this element that I've never had before, and etc., etc., etc. And why did this person say this to me? it's about also, again, with the ordinariness, lessons, experiences, challenges, etc., around releasing some like desires for extravagance and just learning to appreciate what you have, maybe for a lot of you. That's what's being asked, that's the challenge. Strange cards to get together, kind of. But I do see some these messages anyway. I'm feeling like for some of you, you're just going to have an epiphany about something. If people do come up from the past and it's causing you turmoil or your wheels to spin really fast in your head, you're not sure what to make of it, what to do about it, meditate, relax, go for a walk, get back into nature, try to forget about it and clear your mind for a while. Okay. For some people, this could be about working out and straightening out confusion and like complications from the past with ex-lovers, ex-spouses, or your current one that happened in the past, and simplifying the situation, getting more clarity on it. If you're single, this, regardless of whether you want to be in a relationship or you're happy single, I think this is very much about learning to accept the past as the past, working through psychological trauma, emotional trauma, that kind of thing, healing yourself from anything in the past, and appreciating simplicity, appreciating ordinariness, tasks, in a way of, it's a way of self-love, to do this in connection to source and the universe, to just be mindful, present, enjoy the moment, and not always be asking for something more, asking for something extravagant, asking to bring back the past, but really bring yourself into the present and see what is good there. Okay. So I think there's some lessons around that too for some people, about flushing out the past, doing some emotional, mental, spiritual hygiene, and getting more pure, more clean, more clear, more fresh, more healthy. All right, so now we have values, and for that we have another major arcana card. We have silence and success. Okay. So this is seeming to be like a major lesson, okay? Probably having to do with being able to appreciate things and see the value in things for a number of you. When you find silence, when you quiet the mind, when you still the mind, and you find inner peace, and are able to connect with source like that, it's very cleansing, it's very refreshing, and energizing, and it's something that can help you to appreciate things more clearly, to see things better. It's like, for an example, if you have a house full of objects to the point where everything is cluttery, then you might have some really nice objects in amongst this clutter, but you don't see and recognize their value the same way as you do if you have a nice clean house that doesn't have any excess in it, and you have these valuable items displayed somewhere. Okay, what's valuable to you, useful, etc. All right, so it's about that. It's about It allows you to clear the crud out of your mind, out of your energy field, all of that. And that can make you more successful, I think, in living in alignment with your true values, in knowing your true values and what's really important to you, and being able to acquire that or magnetize that to you, to have that. This might actually also have to do with loss, as odd as it sounds, but there might be some lessons in here about how you feel about loss, because success, is a temporary state, okay? Everything is in a state of change, energy is always changing, everything's always changing, so once we achieve something, we're successful, yay! That fades and it becomes like, what's the next thing we're working towards? Okay, so you can't hang on to that peak experience of success forever. It moves like everything else. It changes. It has its place, its phase, and then it's something new. So it might be time for some of you to stop only valuing success as you see it, and to learn to just value what is in the present, value peace and quiet over the celebration, finding a balance between them so you can value and appreciate both and not feel deprived when it's only one way. All right. Now, self-value, self-esteem, and so forth. You have the fighting card, and you have possibilities. So I think, the universe is really asking you during this Venus retrograde to see the vast possibilities and your potential more clearly, to realize that the way things aren't the way that they have to be. Everything needs to be a struggle. You don't have to fight you don't have to fight and win to have value. You have value regardless. Ultimately, what's healthiest for us, what we want, is to love ourselves unconditionally, without condition. But we often put conditions on it. Our concept of self-value. We base our value and our self-esteem relies upon external things, what we achieve, what other people think, all these different things. And it looks like for some of you, I should say, for some of you, it's about winning, okay, or being strong or tough, being able to conquer another person or conquer a situation to win. And the thing about this card is, beyond the struggle and constant fighting, what's going on here is this person's operating out of fear. Fear that they're not going to be good enough, fear that they have to dominate and win, or else they're not going to be provided for. And so this person gets into all this armor, to protect themselves, so they think. So this equates to walls that you build, all right, barriers and walls. So that might be up for revision or reviewing what walls and barriers you have. And this person clenches their fist, they're holding on really tight, and they're going to battle. So you might be scaring off what you want, the way you want to feel. You might actually be pushing away the ability to feel the way you want to feel by doing this, because you're taking a battle stance. It's scary. You might be scaring off those feelings. You might be scaring off a lot of things that you want or need, your inner child needs. So I think, again, lessons, opportunities, experiences, etc. are apt to arise to try and shake this up, try and get you to change your paradigm and go about this another way, to form self-love in a different way, to gain your feeling of value and self-esteem in other ways. And it's saying to you, like, look at all the other possibilities. This person really feels like they have no choice. They feel like this is what they have to do, and it's a big lie, you know. And that's the message. It's like, set yourself free, relax, go explore the other possibilities. I would say, you know, it's a good time to just I don't know, just imagine, just think, what else is possible? What would happen if? What would happen if I didn't have to use walls up? What would happen if I was a little less defensive or aggressive? And don't worry too much about what other people think of you. That's another thing this could be about, is basing your self-value on another person. So you're like trying to fight for respect so you can respect yourself. You're trying to fight for love so you can feel lovable. Those kinds of things where you're going about it wrong to be wanting it from another person first. It's about learning to give it to yourself first so you can be free. Okay? Free and independent, like the eagle here. All right. Beauty. You have adventure and you have totality. Okay. So it might be time for you to commit yourself fully to loosening up, to entering a state of childlike wonder. Children are, when they are in this state, the state of adventure and childlike wonder, they're just enjoying the thrill of everything going on around them. They're just enjoying the sensation of not knowing what's going to happen next, but that it can be something wonderful. Just curiosity. They're just enjoying their curiosity. And so entering a state, allowing yourself to enter a state of exploration, where you leave rigidity and judgment, and not like your good judgment, but a lot of the mental stuff behind, and just allow your inner child to come out and play and see what's out there. What is beautiful? What is beautiful to you? Exploring it from this way, totally, totally open-minded, totally in this state. There is a child in this picture, so I'm going to throw this out there because for some of you, I think this message is relevant. For some of you, there's going to be, the message presented is to do some inner child work, to work through some of the painful stuff that you acquired in childhood about your self-image, about beliefs about yourself and your beauty, beliefs about what is beautiful and what is ugly. So on the outside, other people, places, things, actions, behaviors, all of it. So I'm going to leave a link below for a great video by Teal Swan that it's a process of how to connect with your inner child that I like. But yeah, I think the key for some of you is doing some inner child work, asking the inner child, allowing that wounded child to come forth and say their truth, and being strong enough to hear it, not resist it, not, just being present, not trying to fix it right away, just being present and allowing it. It's going to help you burst through and evolve, continue to evolve in changing, you know, the way you feel about yourself, the way you perceive yourself, and what being able to see more beauty in life. I think this will help you see more beauty in life during this Venus retrograde phase. It's how you're going to see the most beauty, I think. And just evolve so that things can be more beautiful while in your awareness, so that you can be aware of the beauty more and experience it in your life more. Totality also has an element of trust in it, trust for others, because these acrobats really need to trust each other fully in order to do these tricks. When they start having doubts and fears, that's when mistakes happen most. So, where is it? This one? Somebody has her feet and she's trusting them not to let go at the wrong time. And she's just starting to reach out for this person's hand, so she's having to trust somebody new. Okay, so you might be having to trust a new aspect of yourself as well, or having to trust in a new way. All right, when it comes to permanent changes or hard to reverse changes in relation to body image and changing your surroundings, beautifying in some way your surroundings, Venus retrograde is a time where it is not recommended to make those sorts of changes because we're seeing things differently. Once we're out of Venus retrograde and Venus is direct again, you may very much regret what you have done, if not before. So for example, if you have long hair, it's probably not the best time to cut your hair real short. If you're thinking about getting a tattoo, it's probably not the best time to do it. It's probably better to just draw up some sketches and wait until Venus goes direct and then make your decisions. If you're thinking about taking all of your savings and spending it to get some superficial work done on your car, like some rims, or paint your house, the interior of your house a new color, probably better to wait until Venus goes direct. Okay, with that being said, with these two cards in the beauty area, totality and adventure, you may be feeling a need to throw yourself into something new and adventurous, and this might come in the form of wanting to make changes to your personal appearance especially. I would say, try to just stick with stuff that is easily reversible. You can, if you're dressing like me, but you suddenly decide that you want to dress gothic, or you dress in all like I don't know. You have a very athletic look, and you're like, I really feel like just being a girly girl for a while. That's okay. Just find ways that if you hate the outcome, you can go back. Go ahead and dress in black and make yourself all goth-like, but I would wait on getting, all of your eyebrows pierced and a tattoo on your neck. That kind of thing, okay? All right, now I'm going to draw the other two cards from the other deck. This deck is mainly animal totems. We might call them animal spirits, animal guides, animal spirit guides, animal messengers, etc. There are also some grandfather cards, some grandmother cards, and these are intended to be wisdom cards, guidance cards from, they're categorizing it as masculine and feminine, I guess. And then there's just a few, like 3 or 4 other totems. What I've been telling all of the signs, and you are no exception here, is that these cards that are going to come up for you, and it's easiest to do this with the animal cards. But these cards that are going to come up for you are offering themselves they're offering their guidance, their companionship, essentially to be your guides and helpers throughout this Venus retrograde period, if you should like them to be. Okay? Only if you should like them to be. And so there are other ways to work with them besides just listening to this reading. Okay, so for example, some ways, if you get animal cards that you can work with them, are to get some pictures offline of the animals, print them out, put them around your home, put one in your wallet, your purse, carry it with you. Buy some jewelry or something with the animal on it. Do meditations, spirit guide meditations, call the animals in, ask if they have additional messages, or if you can just roam about with them in your mind for a while, see how they live. All kinds of things you can do, paint them, draw them, research them in books or online, see if any messages pop up at you. Okay, here we go. Alright, so interesting. Okay, you got dog that popped up and spirit warrior. So with these cards, I'm just going to read them right out of the booklet. Dog. If dog has come bounding up, perhaps you need reminding of the loyalty and support due to your family and friends, or perhaps you are the one needing help at this time. Have you placed yourself in a vulnerable, unguarded position? Now remember the Master card earlier. Be alert and call for protection from those loyal to your interests. Dog says it is often better to work as a team than to try and be a lone wolf. Alright, spirit warrior. Grandfather spirit warrior. By calling me, you are calling for protection, a shield. You may need to learn about protection, either in your physical life or from negative energies. This shield also brings you courage. It's not always easy to stand up for the truth or for what is right, while those around you are compromising or remaining silent for fear of authority or of what others might think. So I love how these cards have been elaborating on the previous cards in readings. When I was reading this one, I thought about the money sector and what came up there. All right, so that's everything. Thank you, Pisces.